It's Friday, everyone. I'm super excited to be here with you. Come on into the space as YouTube prepares and finds the people for me. I have got some great information I want to share with all of my students, practitioners, and soon to be retirees in the case management space. Those of you who are desiring to take your skill sets to another level in the independent business owner space, to expand the ability to help humanity, right? In a different way, beyond systemic rules, teaching them how to build an economy and how to let's say, maximize their ability to thrive even with their benefits, okay? So if you don't know me, I am Dr. Eve, your community health and human service educator, qualitative researcher, author, speaker, international educator, all the things that God has blessed me to be able to live and experience. I bring that to you. I bring that to you here. I bring that knowledge, that understanding, and that wisdom to help you to create the income vault that you deserve. But more importantly, it's really all about how do we increase the capacity to save our communities, ourselves? How do we become the solution to our families, the solution to our schools, the solution to our communities, the solution, right? So many of you know I am a homesteader, amongst other things, right? A space that I have come to love, a space where I have learned to grow food, a space where I'm raising animals, livestock, a place where I'm learning that self sufficiency is so critical in the times that we are living in. And these practices I've learned that are so critical for our people to know. And I want to share with all of my audience out there, including my students, practitioners, soon to be retirees in the case management space. How do we extend our knowledge, understanding, and wisdom to help our clients, our consumers, right? Our friends, our neighbors. How about that? Say neighbors, our neighbors, correct? So was um, I was doing a bit of research the other day when I was looking at, you know, this one jar of broth, like from the root to the stem, like from the root to the stem. This morning, I packaged up another whole 3 ounces of feed for my hens, right? That's root to stem. That's taking one thing and making, a bunch of things out of it that benefit, that cost, that reducing the cost. And so I want to give you some nuggets if you are not already in this space, looking at how we can continue our knowledge and education in agriculture to help our neighbors. Listen up. There's some information I want to share with you that I am extending, my knowledge on, just how far can we take this? Just how far can we take this? So in teaching our consumers how to grow their own food, use the root to stem method, we can help them to provide significant benefits. It provides significant benefits, especially in the context of case management and human services. Here's how this skill can support their well being and their independence. Write this down to all of my students, practitioners, and soon to be retirees in the case management space that are really looking for a pathway to continue the work and to help our neighbors. This is how. One, The reason why we should be doing these things and teaching them these skills of building an economy at home is because one of the financial empowerment. Cost effective nutrition is a big deal. Learning to make your own food helps your consumers, your neighbors to stretch their food budget by using affordable or all of the ingredients, reducing the need for costly pre-packaged alternatives. See, because the goal is to find alternatives to dominant institutional cultures, right? So we realize that the culture right now is fast food, processed food, unsafe, all the things, right? So the goal is, how do we empower our neighbors with the right tools? The next thing in the financial empowerment category is waste reduction. You know, there should be no waste. In my recent journey across the country, across the world, actually, through the best-selling book Tearing the Veil, where I wrote my story about therapy and the need to reduce the stigma associated with getting help. You know, it's entitled "Nothing Shall Be Wasted." I could not listen. After understanding the root to stem method, I now understand how what God, he doesn't waste anything. So how can we reduce the waste associated with our foods? Encouraging our neighbors, consumers, to utilize the root to stem method, like growing your own food and packaging it until it can't, till you get down to the back down to the seed. That would be, keeps them from discarding things, keeps the landfill from being overflowed, and it maximizes every single dollar that's spent on your groceries. The next one is number two: improve nutrition and health overall. We know that we have seen so much in the news lately about recall this or recall that. And so the one thing we want to have is nutrient dense food, right? So creating an economy at home, because let's think about this: home economics and economy. It's an economy, right, in the home that allows you to keep more, make more, produce more, manage more, and produce more. It's about make, manage, and make, make, manage, and multiply. Okay. So number two, improve nutrition and health. Nutrient density is critical. When we know what is in the food that we are growing with our own hands, and we know that you have the essential minerals, right? The collagen, like for your skin, the amino acids that your body needs, which is 23 of them, I think, that can promote better health. I am now going completely natural when I come live, because one, I can see the difference. I want us to love ourselves in that way, because we are beautiful just like we are, and that we don't need the filters to do that work for us, because we are absolutely beautiful. And so back to nutrient density: when you have nutrient dense food, then you will see the difference even in your skin, and amino acids that can promote better health, especially for those with limited access to nutrient rich foods. When I think about all of the things that are going on with the water, with the PFAS. I was just watching a movie the other night, how a farmer had to close down his dairy farm, his cows, his entire farm, because it was contaminated by PFAS. So not only that, but to discover that he too had a high, him and his wife both had high numbers of PFAS in their body. So it's important for us to, there's a lot of steps to this though. There's a whole lot of steps to having nutrient dense food, and that's one of them. So you want to make sure that in the category of improved nutrition and health, to give your we give our consumers a healthier alternative, right? We want them to reduce reliance on store-bought foods, right, which often contain high sodiums, additives and dyes and preservatives and all those things. This can help our neighbors manage chronic illness like hypertension, diabetes, heart conditions, all these things that are silently killing, silently unaliving our families, right? Number three is skill development and self sufficiency. We talked a little bit about that, but let's target that straight for our consumer, like teaching them basic cooking skills. One of the things that I did with my consumers when I was doing direct community professional work one to one was taking my friends, neighbors, consumers to different classes in the communities, that direct work and that taught them different skills. This could be one of those things where we find, utilize our corporative extension, utilize our farm service agencies, utilize all the things that are in the agricultural space to teach instill foundational cooking skills, economy building, home economics, the whole thing that can be a gateway to learning other healthy, cost effective recipes and means to a way to maximize their aid to even get them on the pathway towards some people have a green thumb once they start getting into it and they get their families into it and it becomes a whole market for them, right? So it becomes a business for them. So not only do we're teaching them skill development, but we're also teaching them how to market their skills, how to enter into a space that could provide eventually remove them from the system of social welfare, right? The next thing is empowering them through self-reliance, building confidence and interdependence, and reducing dependence on processed foods or meal programs. That is so significant. I need y'all to really get into this because this is my love story. It's my love story is humanity, is helping people move through and pass, you know, impasses in their life, right? That thing that keeps them stagnant, right? So number four is mental and emotional well-being. How can us teaching these concepts help the mental and emotional well-being of our friends? Therapeutic activity. I can't tell you how I get up every single day in motion looking for what I have to do in the morning. I just slip blueberries, frozen blueberries into my freeze dryer to preserve. Why? Because they're plentiful right now, and I want to make sure that if I don't have access to them, I have some freeze dried blueberries. So it's also therapeutic activity. Cooking and canning has a calming and productive activity. That's something that I do every single day. The start of my morning, like get my chickens fed, package up any foods from the night that I, had in the freeze dryer or I had in the crock pot, or it's a whole thing for me, right? So teaching others to do this is, food for thought. So it's very therapeutic, offering a sense of accomplishment and control. And it does offer me that every single day. So if it offers me that kind of peace, like, that's that kind of peace that surpassed my own understanding, right? Community, give them a sense of community and connection, sharing recipes, sharing seeds. If you're growing food, sharing seeds. I can't tell you how many people want some of my sorrel because I was so successful at that. So now I've got my seeds growing. Oh, by the way, if you want to get on the list for any of the seeds that I have, because I am harvesting seeds big time. And so if you want to get on the list for my seeds, I can just drop you some, get on that list. I'll let you know what I have available. and that I can ship to you. So you want to get on, go to the website in my description and click the link for the what's next list, or the stay in touch, either the newsletter. One of the three ways, one of those two ways will get you to me, or better yet, just get on the newsletter list. That way you're always staying in the know of what is happening, what's coming up, what you should be doing next, all of those things. 5, sustainability and environmental awareness. Again, we are talking about things we can be teaching our consumers. This is for my students, practitioners, and my soon to be retirees who are interested in raising the bar on independent business as a independent business owner, to teach their consumers how to gravitate away from or maximize the use of their benefits, also to for healthy and sustainable well-being, right? Eco-friendly practices. That's number 5. Under sustainability and environmental awareness is eco-friendly practices. It encourages environmentally conscious habits like reducing food waste, right? Again, and that's me, like, and minimizing packaging, right? Reducing food waste and minimizing packaging. The other thing is affordable sustainability. It demonstrates that sustainable living practices are acceptable even to those with limited resources, right? I have, in my opinion, as I move them to retirement, my resources become limited because I become more onto this fixed income at 60. I'll be 62 in another month, and so I'm going to be applying for my benefits. And the one thing I want to do is be able to have a sustainable life beyond retirement. Okay. The next thing is cultural and personal expression. Personalization is critical. Consumers can adapt their recipes to their cultural preferences, right? Even in beans, we have different styles, we have different palates. You got cultures that cook differently, have different types of seasonings. Like when I think about my beans, I just put on a pot of beans in my crock pot. I got to take a trip today, so I got some crock pot beans. Now, I could do a Jamaican, I could do it Indian, I could do it in whatever way I want to do it. I can make the seasonings will help me to make that a cultural and have a cultural and personal expression, right, through my dietary needs. You may have different dietary needs. May not need all that sodium. Your consumers may not need all that sodium. And also have other available resources. Cultural connection is critical, right? Preserves and promotes traditional cooking practices, right? Helping individuals to stay connected to their heritage, right? Now, these are some amazing things to be thinking about. And one of the things that you can do is to have workshops. One of the things I want to encourage are my students, practitioners, and soon to be retirees who are interested in looking at non-traditional ways to aid and teach and educate their consumers is having workshops or demonstrations that host these simple methods, showing and demonstrating these different methods, right? Like I do here. Resource materials, you could provide easy to follow guides or handouts, or making some different foods with minimal resources, right? We take a little bit to make much. My grandma, I used to always say that, go in the kitchen and come with nothing and come out with something, right? We always did, even as kids, right? We grew up having until we had not, right? And so that's a whole nother conversation. So you want to incorporate these life skills training with your consumers to help them to Some of they're just looking, you're their first, we are their first response. In most cases, when they are looking for a means to a way, we are usually their first response. And so we want to make sure that we are giving our consumers what they need in order to not just have sustainable well being, but inevitably to thrive in a world where we have to be more conscious of how we care for ourselves. And so I hope that you found this information helpful. I am looking forward to building community with you, to learn more about the work that you are doing, how we can work together as a collective in this effort towards saving humanity, right? In all the ways to develop sustainable well being. I am Dr. Eve, your community health and human service educator with a concentration in social and community services and a qualitative researcher. I am excited and I'm homesteading and I'm excited to teach these things to my students, practitioners, and retirees who are preparing, like myself, who are preparing and want to find another way, exciting way to just be, right? To be, become, and become the resource that your consumers need. Until next time, everyone, have the most amazing day, and whatever you do, don't let anyone get in the way on your journey to becoming who God has called you to become. Until next time, peace and blessings.